Assalamualaikum and hello. We are from Good 9. We will be presenting our open-ended laboratory for experiment 2, which is absorption of methylene blue dye on activated carbon. Our group member consists of myself, Muhammad Afamir Risman, Nur Hazrika binti Mazlan, Khadijah binti Madin, and Muhammad Rizwan bin Abdul Salam.
The problem statement of this experiment is the absorption of the methylene blue dye on activated carbon is a common process in wastewater treatment, but the kinetics of this process and its dependence on factors such as absorbate concentration and temperature are not well understood. This study aims to investigate the absorption rate of methylene blue dye on activated carbon and compare the experimental result with absorption kinetic models such as Langmuir and Freundlich isotherms to better understand this process. The objective for this experiment is to determine the absorption rate of methylene blue dye onto activated carbon under different absorbate concentration and temperatures, to compare the experimental result with the predicted value from the Langmuir and Freundlich isotherm models, and to analyze the impact of the adsorbate concentration and temperature on the absorption kinetics of methylene blue dye on activated carbon. The manipulated variables are absorbate concentration and temperatures. The responding variable is the amount of methylene blue absorbed by the activated carbon, and the constant variable is the volume of methylene blue solution used.
So I'm Khadijah and I'm gonna present about the experimental procedure. The first one is prepare a series of methylene blue dye solutions with different concentration, which are 5, 10 and 15 mg per liter by diluting a stock solution. Second, weigh out 0.2 gram of activated carbon and place it in a beaker. Third, add 50 ml of methylene blue dye solution with concentration of 5 mg per liter to the beaker containing the activated carbon and stir for 15 minutes. Fourth, filter the mixture through a filter paper to separate the activated carbon from the dye solution. Fifth, measure the equilibrium concentration of the methylene blue dye solution by using gas or liquid chromatography. Sixth, repeat steps 2 to 5 for concentration of 10 and 15 mg per liter and record the adsorbent values. Seventh, for the temperature study, set up a water bath or temperature control oven to 25 degrees Celsius and repeat the steps 2 to 5 for temperature of 30 and 35 degrees Celsius. Step 8. Calculate the amount of methylene blue dye adsorbed by activated carbon by using the equation below. So Q is the amount of methylene blue adsorbed. C naught is initial concentration of methylene blue solution. CE is equilibrium concentration of methylene blue solution. V is volume of methylene blue solution. M is mass of activated carbon.
For data table, we will use this table to jot down all the value that we will obtain later while conducting the experiment. The expected result that should obtain at the end of the experiment. First, the available surface area for the absorption of methylene blue dye increases as the dosage of activated carbon increases and resulting in a faster absorption rate. Second, the activated carbon's absorption site may become saturated at high dye concentration, which will result in slower rate of absorption. Third, on activated carbon, the rate of methylene blue dye absorption is anticipated to increase initially over time before plateauing once all of the absorption sites have been occupied. Lastly, the enhanced mass transfer and elevated kinetic energy of the molecules are anticipated to cause an increase in the rate of methylene blue dye absorption on activated carbon at high temperature.
Under safety precaution, it is important to wear appropriate attire such as personal protection equipment. Store the activated carbon in the cool, dry, well-ventilated area and avoid exposure to heat, flame or spark. Do not eat and drink or smoke while handling activated carbon, and avoid inhaling material or dust. And lastly, for the activated carbon, dispose of activated carbon in accordance with the local regulation and guidelines. Under the safety data sheet For activated carbon, it is classified as a substance or mixture of irritant and flammable and a word of danger. For the methylene blue solution, it is classified according to the class of Regulation 2013.